Hello. In this video, we will be thinking together about how good readers can become experts on author's craft by using 4 strategies. 1. Notice how the author helps you make vivid pictures in your mind. 2. Think about the extraordinary language. Ask, what does it really mean? 3. Use the author's punctuation and special print to bring the story to life. And 4. Ask, why did the author end the book this way? What lesson am I supposed to learn? The Invisible Boy by Trudy Ludwig, illustrated by Patrice Barton. Can you see Brian, the invisible boy? Even Mrs. Carlotti has trouble noticing him in her classroom. She's too busy dealing with Nathan and Sophie. Now let's stop and think about the author's craft. Can you spot any extraordinary language? Yes, the invisible boy. Can people and boys really be invisible? What do you think the author means by this word? Nathan has problems with what Mrs. Carlotti calls volume control. He uses his outside voice inside too much. Sophie whines and complains when she doesn't get her way. Nathan and Sophie take up a lot of space. Brian doesn't. Let's stop and think about the first strategy together. Notice how the author helps you make vivid pictures in your mind. Can you spot some precise words that the author has used on this page to help us draw some images in our mind? I can spot some. Look at the first sentence. Nathan has problems with what Mrs. Carlotti calls volume control. He uses his outside voice inside too much. Now I can definitely visualize an image in my mind by reading these precise words. Volume control, outside voice. I can start to imagine the loud voice that Nathan must be using. Can you spot 2 precise words that the author has used in the last sentence on this page that helped us make a vivid image in our mind? When the bell rings for recess, Mika and JT take turns choosing kids for their kickball teams. The best players get picked first. Then, the best friends of the best players. Then, the friends of the best friends. Only Brian is left, still waiting and hoping. JT glances in Brian's direction and just as quickly looks away. We've got enough players for each team, he tells the others. Let's play ball. In the cafeteria, Madison and her friends talk about her birthday party. The rope swing over the pool was awesome, says JT. Yeah, so was the water slide, adds Fiona. That was the best pool party ever. I'm so glad you guys had fun, said Madison. Everybody did, except Brian. He wasn't invited. At choosing time while the other kids play board games and read, Brian sits at his table, doing what he loves to do best. He draws fire-breathing dragons scaling tall buildings. Thank you for toasting my marshmallow! Now I can notice another craft that the author is using on this page. On this page, the author is using punctuation and special print to bring the story to life. Can you notice the ellipses that the author has used? He draws fire-breathing dragons scaling tall buildings and then tun, tun, tun. Why do you think the author has used ellipses there? Can you also notice the speech bubble that the author has used? Thank you for toasting my marshmallow. It's your turn now. Try to spot some special punctuation and print that the author has used to bring the story to life on the next page. Space aliens locked in intergalactic battles.
I'm go to now.
Greedy pirates digging for treasure.
Quartos? Ugh.
And superheroes with the power to make friends wherever they go. Hi! Hi, friend. Have a cookie. On Monday morning, Mrs. Carlotti introduces Justin, a new student, to the class. Brian smiles shyly at him. Some of the other kids sneak looks at Justin, trying to figure out if he's cool enough to be their friend. They haven't quite made up their minds yet. At lunch, Madison and JT watch Justin eat with chopsticks. What's that? Asks Madison as she points at Justin's food. It's bulgogi. What? Bulgogi. It's Korean barbecued beef. My grandma made it for me. It's really good. Do you want to try some? Ah, there's no way I'd eat bulgogi. And the kids laugh. All of them, that is, except Brian. He sits there, wondering which is worse, being laughed at or feeling invisible. The next day, when Justin goes to his cubby to put away his backpack, he notices a piece of paper with his name on it. Justin, I thought the bulgogi looked good. Brian. Yum. At morning recess, Brian finds a piece of chalk on the ground and starts drawing away. You're Brian, right? Yeah? Thanks for the note. Hey, Justin! Emilio calls out from the tetherball court. You're up next. Sorry, I gotta go, says Justin. By the way, that's a really cool drawing, he adds before taking off. Back in class, Mrs. Carlotti asks the kids to team up in twos or threes for a special project. The kids scurry around the room to pair off. Brian heads towards Justin. I'm already with Justin, says Emilio. Find someone else. Brian looks at the floor, wishing he could draw a hole right there to swallow him up. Mrs. Carlotti said we can have up to 3 people in our group. We're only 2. Come on, Emilio. Let him work with us. Okay, I guess. Mrs. Carlotti gives the class directions for the project. Your assignment is to work together to write a story about what you see in that photograph. Use your imagination and have fun. Wow, cool, says Emilio. What kind of people do you think would live in houses like that? I don't know, but I bet Brian could draw them to go with our story, says Justin. Brian smiles as he takes out his lucky pen. It's lunchtime again, Brian's least favorite part of the day. Another 20 long minutes of kids talking and laughing with everyone else but him. Brian! He hears someone shout. Hey, Brian! Over here! Brian turns and sees Justin waving him over. Emilio nods at Brian as he makes room for him at the table. Cookie? Thanks. Maybe, just maybe, Brian's not so invisible after all. And the last craft we will be thinking together about today is how the author ended the book. Why did the author end the book this way? What lesson am I supposed to learn? Now, I think that the lesson behind this book is about empathy and how important it is to be empathetic. Can you think of another lesson?